Hey guys, my name is Jacob and this is Jacob Eats Good. Today I'm going to make Tortilla Española. Tortilla Española is a Spanish omelet that's really popular in Spain as both a breakfast and a tapa. It's something that I fell in love with while traveling through Barcelona a few years ago with my family. It's a really simple dish that can be made ahead and a great way for you to relive your travels. Let's get started. In a traditional tortilla española, you're going to find some sort of potato and some sort of onion. My favorite kind of potato is a Yukon gold potato, and that's what I'm going to use here. For the 6 eggs that I'm going to use, you're going to probably want 2 to 3 around baseball-sized potatoes, and you're going to go ahead and take the skin off of those. Once you have your potatoes peeled, to make it more manageable, I'm going to cut them in half long ways, and then go at them with a really sharp knife, cutting them into about 1/8 inch thick slices. This is a time where you could definitely employ a mandolin, but for me, it's kind of a fun time to practice my knife skills. If you want to brush up on those, maybe watch a Jamie Oliver video, learn to tuck that fingernail underneath. Take your time, don't worry about going too fast. You don't want to cut off your finger and get any blood in your tortilla and have to start all over again. Once you have your potatoes all sliced up, grab some sort of onion. I like using a shallot here and slicing it up into some similar sized pieces. I pick a shallot over a whiter or a brown onion because I can use the whole thing and I don't have to find a use for that half onion later and have it stinking up my fridge for a couple days. For this amount of vegetables, about a half dozen eggs seems just about perfect to me. These eggs in particular were gifted to me by one of my coworkers. Shout out to Annie for these. Having some fresh eggs really made for a super awesome tortilla, and using the best ingredients available to you is always going to make you have a better final dish. Once you have all your eggs, crack into a bowl. Give them a whisk and make a nice homogeneous mixture. You don't need to whip these, just get them thoroughly combined. Also, you're going to want to add a little bit of salt and pepper here to give your tortilla some seasoning throughout. To me, this next part is kind of what makes this dish special. We're going to take all of our shallot and our potatoes and give them a shallow fry, or almost like a confit in some olive oil. So over medium-low heat, add your potatoes and your shallots into a pan and cover them completely with some olive oil. I wouldn't reach for a super expensive finishing olive oil here, as it's going to take a couple of cups to get this done. As the Costco fanboy that I am, the Kirkland brand organic olive oil is my go-to for this. So bring this up to around 225 degrees Fahrenheit for a nice low temperature fry. Once it gets up to temperature, it should sound a little something like this. So over the next roughly 10 minutes, go ahead and stir these every couple minutes and watch for them to start to brown around the edges. When you see that happen, make sure that they're tender. I like to give it a little taste test to make sure they're done, and these are, I think that these are done. I don't want them fully golden brown and crispy. We're just trying to get these tender and cooked throughout. At that point, turn it off and let these cool down for a couple minutes. After this is cooled for a couple minutes, go ahead and strain the olive oil out of the potatoes and onions. Be sure not to throw away this olive oil, as you can find plenty of uses for a nice infused olive oil like this. We're now finally ready to cook the actual tortilla. To the same pan, I'm going to add a couple tablespoons of that olive oil back, as well as a little bit of spicy paprika that I actually picked up on that same trip to Spain with my family. With this pan over medium heat, add back to it your cooked potatoes and shallots. Don't forget to toss those in that paprika like I did, but hey, I'm new to this whole cooking and filming at the same time thing. Over all that, pour in your beaten eggs mixture. Make sure to push this eggs around for a little bit to encourage a little bit of cooking all around the pan. This will make sure that you get your center cooked a little more quickly, and you won't have to wait for quite as long for this to cook through. If you happen to notice the bottom of your eggs browning a little quicker than the middle of your eggs are cooking, that's okay. Go ahead and put a lid on this. It'll help it cook a little bit quicker. I had to do it here. Not a big deal. And once you see the middle of your eggs start to set, I'm going to flip this over using a plate over the top of the pan. Take that plate, flip the eggs over, and then slide that whole thing right back into the pan. That first side took me roughly 5 minutes, and for me the second side I think took roughly the same. Once you get it back in the pan, just go ahead and give it a poke now and then. Make sure that you're not over browning it. If you see it start to get a little too dark, turn the heat down. And once your eggs have completely set, go ahead and rotate it out of your pan like you see here. My favorite way to eat this is actually not hot. It's once it's cooled down to room temperature. It can be served hot, it can be served cold, it can be served room temperature. Really, it's up to you. Maybe play with it and see what you like the best. For me, serving this on top of or alongside some toasted bread with a little bit of tomato or maybe a little bit of avocado would be just about perfect. And yeah, that's it, Tortilla Española. I hope you guys are enjoying the videos. We got plenty more to come. If you have any suggestions, please leave them below. Like and subscribe for more, guys. Thanks. Cheers.